Happy Monday. It is 8:14 in the morning and I'm about to have my breakfast. It's a cup of tea, oatmeal with banana on top. The oatmeal is half a cup of oats, 2 tablespoons of powdered peanut butter, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar as per the usual. The banana is actually like a little more soft than I would like. It was my last one. It was on the counter. I thought it would be okay. I started kind of breaking it off to put it into the oatmeal and then took a bite of some of it because I always eat some of it as I'm putting it into the oatmeal, and I was all, oh. But by that point, I was already committed and I had some of it in the bowl. It really would have done better to like mash it up and turn it into some kind of like a baked project. Or even maybe like blend it into a smoothie or something where you just can't tell that it's gone to mush. I don't know, just something. So it's not ideal, but it will be fine. I do have a recipe, well, not a set recipe, but I saw a recipe online for a baked oatmeal that used like mashed bananas and oats and a little bit of flavoring. I think it was like cinnamon or maybe brown sugar. I can't quite recall. And I'm sure there were some other ingredients in there, and then you bake it and you have this baked oatmeal dish to use for breakfast or a small snack or like, you know, whatever you want. But the point is you have it. And I mentioned it to my mom and she said there's a whole bunch of different Weight Watcher versions of the same thing. So I'm going to do some looking up at that and see if I find one that I like the look of. I have a whole bunch of bananas in the freezer that I've been saving to use for banana bread, but I wonder if maybe if I took some of them out and thawed them and mashed them, if I could use them for something like that, or do they have to be used for only like banana bread now? I'm not really sure what the rule is for that. I should ask my mom that also. Anyways, for today, here's breakfast. It's 2:47 in the afternoon and I'm in the process of making my dinner. So I have a mixture of vegetables from 2 different frozen veggie bags. Mostly because I prefer the one bag of vegetables over the other, but I only have enough if I use them exclusively for like 1 and a bit more servings. So I tossed some of the other veggies in with it to try to extend the life of the vegetables that I like. I was gonna go grocery shopping today after work, but after looking at my budget, like my money budget, not my Weight Watcher points budget, I decided to try to push back doing any grocery shopping until I absolutely have to, in the hopes that I can get through the week. Because I have eggs, milk, bread, some frozen veggies. I do have a box of macaroni and cheese if I don't mind ruining the Weight Watcher budget to accommodate the money budget. And I'm gonna dig around and see what else I have, just in the hopes of really just extend out and help my money side of things. So all of that to bring me back to the food. I've got a mixture of 2 different types of frozen veggies in here. Bags, I mean, not individual vegetables, clearly. And then I have hot dogs. I found frozen hot dogs. So I took 2, put them in the pan with the vegetables, put the lid on to steam for a little while. And then once the hot dogs were sort of soft all the way through, cut them up into bite-sized pieces. And then have been cooking them all together ever since. I'm going to move them into a bowl and then put something over top of them to try to keep them a little bit warm, and really quickly fry up 2 eggs to put over top of the veggie hot dog combination. And I also have some bread in the toaster. I can't toast the bread until I'm done using the hot plate because I can only use 1 plug at a time in the kitchen or I blow the fuse. Yes, it's classy here in my kitchen. So I'm going to move the veggies over, repurpose the pan to cook the eggs, layer everything into 1 bowl, toast the bread, and I will show you the finished product when it's all layered up and you can really only see the egg. Here we go, final product. So the egg on top, I did put some cheese in between the egg and the veggie hot dog combination. And then on the eggs, when they were frying up, I put some red and green chili flakes because of course I did. I always do right lately. And then I have the toast. On 1 piece, I have some of the plum jam that I made. And the other piece is just some margarine because I will tear off a piece of that toast from the center, the optimal prime perfect spot of the toast, and hold it out to the cat so he can lick the bread because he really likes that. So I can always, or not, I can't always, I always have to leave 1 piece of bread with marge, but no jam, no cheese, no anything else, because then he won't get his toast and my life will be in danger. So here we go. I also have a cup of tea steeping. I just don't have it on the counter beside these right now because I have all of the things that I use to cook and make my dinner and drink cooling down. It is 1:30 in the afternoon on Tuesday, and this is going to be the first thing that I eat today. No, I didn't forget or get so caught up in work I couldn't take time to eat. I did not work today, and I had an alarm set, not even for crazy early, for about like 10 a.m. thinking, you know, get up and do some editing. I had some stuff I wanted to do around the apartment. I have to go out because I have a physio appointment. So I was really just going to spend the day doing stuff in the apartment for this channel, actually. And the alarm went off and I was kind of like, oh, I'm not feeling it. Not the editing stuff, the getting up stuff. So I thought, just let myself sleep in a little bit longer, and then a little bit longer, extended to even a little bit longer. And the next thing you know, I'm kind of like, oh, it's quite late in the day now. So I'm up, I'm like half ready to go out into the world. Because I live with a cat, I don't get dressed for the outdoors until right before I'm leaving, so I don't go outside covered in cat hair. It's like a weird pet peeve of mine, considering how much I love that little ball of fluff. But you know, so like I'm not dressed to go out yet, but like hair is done, makeup is like mostly done. So I'm gonna have something to eat, and then I do have some time to kill. So I think I might be able to edit one video, or at least maybe most of one, and get it ready for going up tomorrow. I might have to finish it when I get home, but that's fine. I am hoping that I have enough energy after physio, because I didn't do anything else the rest of the day. I need to stop and buy things like kitty litter, like heavy stuff. So I'm gonna run a couple errands while I am out, and then just back here to work on the computer. So I'm just having some toast with some margarine spread on it and a cup of tea with a splash of milk. It's 6 in the evening on Tuesday, and I'm gonna heat this up and see if it fills me up for dinner, or if I'm gonna need like a snack afterwards or something. I didn't go grocery shopping. I didn't go on the weekend, and so I was kind of like, ooh, I'm gonna have to go somewhere during the week. I did go into Superstore today to buy cat litter, and so when I was in there, I just bought like a handful of things. So some Greek yogurt, this, and then 2 croissants, and I think, oh, and some body wash. So it's not enough to do a haul. But this is what I'm gonna try for dinner tonight. It just says remove the lid, microwave for 3 minutes, allow it to rest for 1 minute, and enjoy my meal. It's sort of roughly the length of like a sushi roll. I don't know. I like almost every Korean dish I've ever eaten. I feel I should be having it with something though, with like a side of soup or something. Like, I don't know what, just something. But I don't have soup, and I can't think of anything off the top of my head that I have that I can make as a side dish. So I'm gonna heat it up as per directions, eat it on its own, see how it does me for filling me up, and if I need to sort of have like a second dinner later, I will do so. Okay, so this is what it looks like once it is being heated up and it's out of the container. It really turned quite mushy. See how much it squishes? So getting it out and putting it onto the plate went very quickly from like let's make it look cute to just get it on the plate. I almost put the one piece that I got out back into like the dish that it came in, and was just going to eat it out of there, because you can see over here like they've really kind of widened out and split up, and things started falling out. So I think it's going to be a really messy meal. But you know, that's fine. I have a little bit of soy sauce if I want to dip it. I'm thinking I might put a little bit of gochujang sauce on the side. Maybe, I haven't decided. I just like gochujang sauce with everything. And then I have a diet root beer for dinner to go with it. I don't know, I just felt like having a pop. And of course some tea. And then I might try these. I'm undecided yet. I bought them a while ago. They've been in my cupboard. And I don't know, I think it's just because I'm quite hungry right now. So I was, the whole 3 minutes it took for this in the microwave, I was digging through my freezer, my fridge, my cupboards, looking for anything else. So clearly I am hungry. So in case I do eat these, here's the nutritional information. I don't even remember how long ago I bought them. I mean, not long enough ago that they've gone off or they're past their date or anything, but I can't remember if they were an impulse buy or if they were maybe it's a healthy way to get some chocolate buy. I don't know. I really can't remember. But yeah, they're sort of a maybe. This is a for sure. Morning. It is 8:04 on Wednesday, and I'm about to have my breakfast. Yesterday, after physio, I went and I picked up some kitty litter. I think I might have already told you this. Sorry for the repeat. And when I was in the store, I was at Superstore, I picked up a couple like random bits and bobs. Not enough to warrant a haul though. And some of those bits and bobs were 2 bananas, one of which I was very much hoping to have with my oatmeal this morning. But they're still a little bit too firm, and like the very tops still have green on them. So I don't think that it would be pleasant to eat. So it is a fruitless bowl of oatmeal today, but it's fine because I'm pretty sure at least one of them will be good by tomorrow. And I have a confession. This toasted coconut cluster thing that I picked up yesterday and said that I might have some, I might not, I don't know, I'm super hungry, blah, 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 blah. So a serving is 3. So I had 3 little pieces, and they're about like that long, like they're not very big. And they're great in that they're very, very crunchy, which I love crunchy. So I had my 3 and I was like, great, cool, awesome. And then while I was sitting and doing some work at my computer during the evening, every time there was like a pause and a waiting for something to sync or upload or save or whatnot, I nibbled. I'd be like, one more can't hurt, one more can't hurt. It hurt because the package is now empty. See that? Super flat. So yeah, I ate a lot of toasted coconut clusters yesterday. Highly enjoyed them. Will never buy them again. So today we're going back to the oatmeal and seeing if we can make slightly better decisions than eating an entire package of a toasted coconut cluster type thing once dinner time comes. It is 3:10 in the afternoon on Wednesday, and I'm having like an intermediate dinner before real dinner. I don't know if that's a thing. I'm making it a thing. So I have a cup of tea that is steeping. I'll add some milk. That part is normal. I made a protein shake with this protein smoothie. So it's oat milk. Oh, let me think. Greek yogurt with 0% milk fat, fruit, and a scoop of the protein powder. Now I did this because my physio appointment is at 4:45 and I finish work at 2. So usually around this time I'm eating dinner. If I don't have something before I go to physio, I'm going to be absolutely ravenous before it even starts, and it's one of my like higher intensity sessions where I have an appointment with my kinesiologist, so I need to be fueled for it. But I don't want to eat something heavy that then sort of is sitting in my stomach while I'm at my session. I needed like a middle ground. So I decided to do a protein smoothie. It should tide me over. And then when I get home, I'm going to make something for like an actual proper dinner that involves chewing. Yay! I actually already know kind of what I'm making. So I am excited for it. Now, on a slightly different situation, my blender died while making this. So I don't know what happened, but while it was on the smoothie function, blending its little heart out, all of a sudden this smell of like metal grinding and like electrical stuff, like I smell almost nothing. Like it takes a lot for me to be able to smell anything, and even then it's usually never sustained. It'll be a hint of something and then it's gone, and this was something that I could smell, which means it was bad. So I turned it off before the smoothie cycle finished, and luckily it was pretty much done. So I mean, like, this drink will be fine, but now I don't have a blender, and here I am trying to be like very, very tight with my money, and I don't have a blender. So I need to figure out an alternative. I do have a little tiny mini baby itsy bitsy food processor that I could maybe like blend like the fruit separate and then mix everything up by hand, maybe? I don't know. It's either going to be some weird combination like that, or I'm going to have to dip into my savings to buy a blender. Maybe I can find one on Marketplace for cheap. I don't know. This only just happened. I don't have a strategy yet for fixing it. So for now, I'm just going to focus on the last smoothie the blender ever made and having tea and getting through everything and coming back and making food. It is 6:40 on Wednesday, and I'm having my second dinner, or dinner 1.5. I don't know what to call it because I had that smoothie. I have made a croissant wedge. It will not be as good as the croissant wedges that my mother used to make me, but it's the best I can do right now. So I have just a serving, kind of a more normal, I think, human-sized serving of vegetables. I usually do like a half a plate, but yeah, I just did a bit. And then inside the croissant is a 2-egg omelet. Inside the omelet is 1 piece of cheese and then my very last turkey bite. And I cut it down the middle and then cut each half down the middle to make like 4 long strips, and then heated them up in the frying pan and sort of curled them around within the omelet. And then you can see there's some ketchup there. But yeah, I don't know. I think it will be okay. My mom makes really good croissant wedges, so I don't expect this to be up to her level of cooking, but I think it'll be okay. I mean, cheese, egg, and bread, right? Oh, and a cup of tea, of course. Good morning. It is 8:20 on Thursday, and I am totally having a why is it only Thursday and not already Friday type of a morning, but it's fine. So here's my breakfast for today. I have a cup of tea with a splash of milk in it, and then I have my last remaining croissant split in half, clearly, with a little bit of margarine and then some raspberry jelly and then a slice of cheese that I split to share equally on each side. I was gonna save the croissant and turn it into a sandwich like I did yesterday because I really do enjoy them that way, but I also really enjoy them this way, so I thought, why not? Now there is the danger that this will not actually be enough to sustain me through the workday the way the oatmeal does, but we won't know until we try. So I'm just gonna cross fingers that this gets me through until dinner time, and if not, I guess it'll be a day of snacking. It is 11:10 and I don't know if I'm actually hungry because like I'm hungry and breakfast wasn't enough, or I psyched myself into feeling hungry early because I was out, I don't know if breakfast will be enough. But regardless, I'm having a snack. I took some powdered peanut butter, added a bit of water to get it kind of to like a goopy but not too runny stage. And then I cut up a banana, and you can see I put the wallops of the PB2 onto each of the slices. I had a bit more banana than would fit in my little dish, so I just have it in there and I'll kind of like dip it and swirl it around in the remaining PB2. I don't think I'm really gonna get to finish quite all of it because there's quite a bit of PB2 per banana. My ratio's a little bit off, but oh well. I actually don't mind eating it kind of on its own when it's brought back into peanut butter-ish consistency. So whatever I don't use with the bananas, I'll probably just, okay, don't judge me, but I'll just use the knife to scoop it up and eat it that way. You know, like when you eat peanut butter with a spoon out of the jar. Not that I would ever do that. Anyways, this is my mid-morning snack. And I have a cup of tea that I just need to add a little bit of milk to, and I'll be all set. It is 3:40 in the afternoon on Thursday, and yeah, pizza is happening. It has been quite a day since I did the little video clip about my breakfast. I almost emotionally ate a chocolate bar, and then I managed not to. Then after work, I had a phone call with my insurance adjuster regarding the car accident and treatment plans, and those always leave me very stressed, and with like just the stress of the phone call like gives me a really bad headache and makes me just, it spikes my concussion symptoms. It's crazy how stress can do that. I work really hard at staying minimally stressed because of how much stress can just affect my symptoms so quickly, but I can't control those phone calls. And then something happened with a friend that has me very upset. So it has culminated in this feeling of I really want to like go out to work off all these feelings, like go for a run, hit up the gym, something physical, because that's how I would have always dealt with it in the past. But at the same time, I'm dizzier than normal and my headache is higher than normal, and I can't physically do any of those things without causing like actual damage to myself. So I don't know a good way to work through what I'm feeling right now without having a physical outlet. So I'm just trying to like rein it in, calm down, find some kind of a zen, and somehow in the trying to find some sort of a zen, when I was picking what to eat for dinner, I chose my last pizza. I'm well aware this is emotional eating and it is not a good choice, and I do not recommend it, but I also don't know what else to do right now. So I'm gonna eat the pizza. It's probably gonna be great. It needs to cool down another minute or so before I cut it. I have a cup of tea to go with, and then I'm gonna have to find something that I'm actually capable of doing for the rest of the evening to help give me a little bit of focus so I don't just like ruminate and turn into a big old stress ball. It is around 10:30 in the evening on Thursday, and I'm having a little bit of a weird snack, granted. I don't know if you'll remember, but from a while ago, I bought those ice lollies on one of my shopping hauls, and they're 1 point per, if I remember correctly. I need to scan them again tonight. I liked them well enough. I just, every time I eat one, like you're supposed to eat them like while they're still in the wrapper, my hands would get sticky, and I hate things like that. So I kind of stopped eating them because I didn't want to have to deal with sticky hands, which I'm aware sounds ridiculous because it's not like I can't wash my hands, but just go with my quirks, okay? So I remembered the ice lollies and I was like, oh, maybe if I broke them into a bowl. So I took 3 of them, all in the same flavor. It's the citrus. They kind of look a funny color on the camera. I guess it's because they're in a pink bowl, but they're just orange. yeah, so 3 of them, broke them up. It was the only way I could get them out of the wrappers, put them in the bowl, and I'm gonna see how well it works. I don't know, this could be like an utter failure, but I mean, how much different can it be balancing it on the end of a spoon and chomping away on it versus having it in a package and getting sticky hands, right? And then of course tea, but I need to put some milk in that still. Happy Friday. It is 9 a.m. and I'm about to have my breakfast. So a cup of tea with a splash of milk, half a cup of oats, 2 tablespoons of powdered peanut butter, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, and a banana. It is 3:20 in the afternoon on Friday and I'm about to sit down to dinner. I did 4 of those Korean dumplings that I got from Costco. Sorry, I forgot words for a second there. I don't know how to cook these well. I followed the instructions, and then for all of them, like one side kind of stays or goes like this whitish color and kind of browns, and then the other side, you can see how it's sort of like clearish or like more clear. I'm not sure which side is the correct side for it to be, so I just leave them in the pan a very long time. And then this was a bit of a fail. I mean, I'm sure it will be edible and be fine, but I mean, visually what I was going for didn't work. It is 2 eggs beaten up with some of these, the green and red chili flakes mixed in there, and some chives, some of the freeze-dried chives. And then I put a bunch of frozen veggies into the pan just to heat them up enough so that I could chop them small, mix the veggies in with the egg mixture, put it in a little bit of flour, mix it all up, and then put it into the frying pan. And I thought it would make sort of like cute round pancake slash fritter type things. It didn't. They became huge. The egg ran like away from the center right away from the pan, so then that's why the edges are kind of uneven, because I was trying to push it back, and then it didn't go into like a hard crunchy like I thought. Like, see that it's squishy, and I couldn't get it crunchy to save my life. So I'm not really sure what I did wrong, but it's fine. I'm sure it will be fine. Eating wise, it's just not what I was going for. Oh, for the dumplings, I have the last little bit of my red Thai, my sweet Thai chili sauce. Sorry, I was getting the red chili flakes and the Thai sauce mixed up. So that will be my dinner. Oh, and of course tea, I just need to put a bit of milk into it. Hello, it is 12:35 on Saturday. Happy Saturday. You may be wondering why you're looking at my workday breakfast, which is exactly what it is. It's a cup of tea with a splash of milk, half a cup of oats with 2 tablespoons of powdered peanut butter and 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. It is because the friend that I usually go for brunch with on Saturdays, it's her baby shower tomorrow, and we decided to not do brunch today since we have the baby shower tomorrow, so we wanted to both, well, she's not paying for her brunch or baby shower meal, clearly, but like it'll help me for saving money, not buying meals 2 days out in a row. And also we need time back in our weekend. So the time that's going to be going to the baby shower is time that we both usually do other things on a Sunday. So we've just kind of reversed out our weekend days. So today is my day for like doing stuff. And tomorrow will be my day for fun. So I'm going to eat this. I have like just enough time to kill to get super bored, but not enough time to really get anything done before I have to head out to a physio appointment. And from there, the day will commence. But for right now, breakfast. Hello, it is 3:30 in the afternoon on Saturday. I'm back from physio and a quick errand out to the pet store while I was out to buy cat food. And now I'm home. I do have a headache. I don't think it's a concussion headache though. It's in a different part of my head. So I think it's just like a normal headache. And so I've decided that means I'm allowed to take pain medication for it. So I just took an extra strength Advil, and I'm gonna have a cup of tea and a couple pieces of toast and update my cash tracking sheets and the little envelopes that I have. You'll know if you watch like any of my budgeting or like my digital cash envelope update videos what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna update that and watch a little bit of YouTube, and then I will get on with the day. Hello, it is about 6:30 in the evening on Saturday, and I'm making my dinner. So I'm showing it to you in stages because it's going to look very different in just a short amount of time. So this is the remaining of a bag of hash browns, 6 veggie balls from IKEA, and then the remaining of a bag of vegetables. The weird combination of items, if you watch the video that hopefully I already have up by now, that's like grocery shopping in my kitchen sort of an idea, then you'll understand why I'm using up like the remains of random things to make hodgepodge meals. Now on top of all of this, I'm going to add in 2 eggs that I've put oregano, parsley, and basil into, and a little splash of milk, and mix it all up. And I'm going to scramble them sort of softly. But I think once I add them in here, it is going to look a lot more chaotic. So I just wanted to show it before it gets covered in the egg mixture. Just all those lovely vegetables, and you can't really see the hash browns all that well. They're like the cubed hash browns. I love hash browns. So yeah, this is sort of the first part. Here we go, the final product. So I did, when it was still in the frying pan, added a bit of cheese that I kind of broke up into pieces, and then tried to very carefully lift it out into the bowl and sort of layer it, because I didn't scramble the eggs as much as I was originally thinking. I let them set a little bit more, so it became like almost like an omelet, but not quite like an omelet. I don't know, I'm happy with it. It just visually isn't great. But so there is cheese added in there, and then I also put some Kewpie mayo on top. So that will be my dinner, and in the background I have pulled from the freezer a apple cinnamon turnover that is thawing, that will go in the air fryer, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow for breakfast. I'm not sure, but you need to pull them out in advance before you air fry them. So I've pulled it out, and now I'm committed to at some point eating it, but dinner first. Morning, it is 11:30 on Sunday, and this is my sort of meal, I guess to call it. Not breakfast, not lunch, not really impressive enough to be brunch though either. So whatever is the little sister of brunch. I got up earlier than I had expected to. I had an alarm set, but then the cat woke me up earlier, and I decided I might as well just get up. And I've been like doing some stuff on the computer. And what is it about watching TV early in the morning that feels so decadent? Because while I was having my first cup of tea in the morning, I was like, oh, I'll pop on the TV and watch an episode of something on Netflix. And it just felt like I was, I don't know, doing something clandestine, which clearly I wasn't. It's just television, but I guess it's just because I don't watch it in the morning. Anyways, back to the food. If you watched my grocery shopping in my own kitchen video, which I don't have a title for it yet, so I don't know if that's the actual title, but something kind of in that vein. This is the turnover that I pulled out from the freezer, and I'm going to have it today as my not breakfast, not lunch. I heated it up in the air fryer. It's like a pre-cooked thing, so you just need to heat it up. I probably, because I'd let it thaw overnight, probably could have just eaten it as it was, but it was really sort of like soft, and I don't think that would have been pleasant. So I air fried it. It's like a little bit firm, but it's not like a fluffy, crispy type of a turnover like you would get at a bakery. It is apple cinnamon. I can't remember if I said that already or not. And yeah, I don't know. I always get worried about burning things in my air fryer, so I probably didn't put it in for long enough, but as long as the inside is warm, and I think it is, then it should be fine. And I'm putting with it some Greek yogurt with some frozen cherries that are very clearly freezer burned, but that's my fault because I had an open bag in there. I mean, I resealed it, but once it's been opened, it's breached, and I didn't eat it fast enough. So they'll still be fine. They just don't look quite as pleasant. So this is my whatever we want to call it meal. It needs to tide me over until somewhere in between 3 and 3:30. It's my friend's baby shower today, and we're going to like a fancy tea for the party, and the reservation is at 3. So I think that means we'll be getting served around 3:30. So hopefully this tides me over until then.